R2, where are you? Hey, over here! R2-D2, get over here at once. This is no time for your foolishness. Follow you? Why should I do that, you bucket of boats? How dare you call me that? I should have you deactivated. Fine. Go that way, you nearsighted scrap-pile. He'll soon wish he'd listened to me, that malfunctioning little rust bucket.
Sup guys, XtremezEdge here, aka Gaming Review Punk, and today I'm going to review the new Star Wars video game, which is Star Wars Battlefront. This game was developed by DICE, so you know that Star Wars Battlefront was made by a game engine called Frostbite, and according to Wikipedia, this game was also developed by Criterion Games for additional work. Then, the game was published by Electronic Arts, which is EA of course, and their main distributor happens to be Lucasfilm, no doubt about it. Star Wars Battlefront was released for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So way back when I heard they were making a new Star Wars Battlefront game, I thought this game was going to be called Star Wars Battlefront 3, but it just called Star Wars Battlefront. Judging from the title, I assume this game is a reboot to the previous Star Wars Battlefront games instead of having a sequel and calling it Star Wars Battlefront 3. Well, that's enough of that, so let's go ahead and talk about the game to see what it's like. I want to go ahead and talk about the single player mode first before I talk about the online mode in this game. So the single player mode, you can play what's in the training missions to get you introduced to the core mechanics and help you get the hang of the game. Especially when you play the game online, it really helps. The battle mission is where you can fight against a friend in split screen, online, or just with the AI. You can just battle it out as you're picking sides with either the Rebellion or the Empire. Also, Hero Battle is where you get to play the characters from the original trilogy and play as them in battle. Depending on what side you pick, there are 3 characters for each side. If you decide to play and fight for the Rebellion, you get to play as Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. Or if you decide to play and fight for the Empire, you get to play as Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and Boba Fett. And we have survival missions. This is where you take on waves of Imperial forces, and your job is to survive as you fight to the end. I had a lot of fun blasting stormtroopers in sight, and I should mention that you can play this game both in first person and third person view. I like playing in first person the most when I'm shooting, and plus it just somehow takes me back to the Star Wars Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2 days, so yeah. So the modes that are in single player, you don't have to play alone with the computer. You can invite a friend to tag along with and have him or her fight alongside with you, or you can play against each other in battle mode. The choice is yours. So that's pretty cool right there, and I'm willing to play with a good friend of mine soon enough. The only thing the single player mode doesn't have is a campaign mode, and I know a lot of people were disappointed about that. I know the game focused more on the gameplay of the missions and online, which I will talk about in a second. I'm sure in the next Star Wars Battlefront game, they'll give us a campaign mode to play with.
We're coming to pick you up.
Now, the online mode. You have many different modes you can play online with when teaming up with people or going against other teams. There are some good online modes that I like to play, which are Blast, Supremacy, Fighter Squadron, and more. You know, I had a blast playing Star Wars Battlefront online, and I would play it for a long period of time. Most of the time when I play online, the game doesn't lag at all or have any issues, except there's only one problem that I encounter online, and that's if the game tells me that I have a bad connection, that the game online itself will be unplayable. Even though my online connection or Wi-Fi is 100% just fine. Maybe it's just problems with other people's online or Wi-Fi connection is what I'm guessing. But thank God for me, it doesn't happen all the time. But anyways, you can pick up these things during the battle called power-ups, and it will give you some equipment like the proximity bomb, thermal imploder, and a probe droid, and more. You can even pick up power-ups that will let you fly a vehicle like an X-Wing or TIE Fighter in a battle, or you can even pick up a hero power-up if you're lucky to find it, to play as the hero or villain in an online match, depending on what side you're fighting for. Same thing goes with Fighter Squadron mode when you fly in a ship and the battle takes place up in the skies. You can pick up power-ups that help repair any damages on the ship. Also, in Fire Squadron, you can also find a hero power-up to play and take control of either the ship that Boba Fett flies in, which is the Slave 1 ship, or the ship that Han Solo flies in, which is the Millennium Falcon. You know, usually when I play online, I always go crazy like Han Solo in episode 4 when I go to where all the enemies are at on the map. And sometimes, I run into all of them at the same area at once. This is what it looks like. Yeah, that's pretty much what happens, except I get a few good kills, and then I end up getting killed myself. Now to talk about the customization part of the game. You can customize your equipment and abilities to use in an online match. You can also give your equipment an upgrade as well. You can decide which equipment or abilities to use for your default hand and for your second hand. As you're ranking up in this game, you'll unlock some more blasters to use, and you can select which one will be your primary weapon. The cool thing about having your equipment and abilities that you have set up for your default and second hand is that you can share them with your teammates online, even with a friend who's in the party with you. As a Rebel or an Imperial Stormtrooper, for each side you play as, you get to select how you want your character to look. You can also select the taunt you want your character to have, and of course as you're ranking up, you'll unlock some more. From what I played in Star Wars Battlefront, mostly I had a blast playing online, and that's what I spent most of my hours on with this game. Just playing online and just having fun with what's in the game. I know some people are disappointed about having no space battles on Battlefront, but at least Fire Squadron is the closest we'll get with taking the battle up in the skies with flying spaceships. I know people feel like there's not enough heroes and villains to play as because there was no prequel era content in this game, and there's no characters from the prequels to play as. This game mainly focused on the original trilogy, and to me that's okay. I have no problem with that, and since I have no problem with just having the characters from the original trilogy, that doesn't mean I don't like the prequels or don't want any content from the prequels to be in the game. No, I love both the prequels and the original trilogy. But you have to give credit to the people who make this game look amazing, like the graphics and how the view looks at a certain area on the planet. I mean, the people worked so hard in this game, I will say that, and that they actually took the time to go out and capture the models and props that you see in the movies. Plus, they're willing to go out to the actual movie locations and capture the looks for the planets, even if they had to freeze to death to give us a great looking game. When you play this game, it does feel like you're actually on a different planet, no doubt about it. So, from what I talked about and mentioned in this review, I give Star Wars Battlefront an 8.5 out of 10. So overall, I enjoy playing this game, and I'll continue to play this game for several hours until I can no longer keep my eyes open and go to sleep. So this game is worth the wait for me, and this game is a must-have for every Star Wars fans. I'm happy to have the game as part of my Star Wars video game collection, so there you have it. Well, this is the end of my review, so I hope you guys enjoy it, and for those who have the game, I hope you had a blast with it. I'll see you guys next time, and peace out, and remember, let the Wookiee win, and may the Force be with you, always.